Dragon Ball Super Superhero hits cinemas in less than 2 months' time. So why am I not hyped about that? Hi, I'm ScoobyDrue, and it's nice to see you. Dragon Ball Super is a big talking point for a lot of people who are excited for the Dragon Ball franchise to finally continue after such a long hiatus. The last thing we had was the Dragon Ball Super film, Broly, and that was by far one of the best things that anyone in the fandom has ever seen. It was loved overall by everyone. As much as the manga's still continuing as well, this is something that we've yet to see in anime adaptation, which is a shame, but I dare say it's coming. One thing really surprises me, and that is the fact that there is such a mixed opinion about Dragon Ball Super Superhero, no matter how much we've been teased about it. Now, some things that I want to address are going to be kind of obvious, and some of the other things I think people might have missed before. So let's start with the elephant in the room, and that is the animation. The animation choice for this film is something that a lot of people are not really that keen on. And if I'm honest, I'm not a big fan of it either. Growing up in the 90s watching Dragon Ball Z on UK television was quite a blessing. There wasn't much anime around, and to see it in the format that it was put on things like Cartoon Network was amazing and awesome to see growing up. It changed my perspective on so many things out there, and I'm sure many of you out there felt the exact same way, especially if you grew up in the UK. Now all of a sudden we've got this huge leap in technology and they're jumping on the CGI bandwagon. That's not to say that CGI is a bad decision, it's just it's such a massive change. We've seen it used in other animes perfectly in the past, and we've even seen it in the Dragon Ball franchise from Battle of Gods, Revival F, and even in Dragon Ball Super Broly we saw it as well. The difference in this type of animation is that it looks like the entire film is shot in this new CGI way. Is this the right decision? Who knows? So far, we've had 4 theatrical trailers. We'll talk about that in a bit. And each of the trailers has all individually looked like they're completely CGI. Again, we've seen it pulled off well before, but these have been small segments. And this is the first time we're seeing an entire release done with full CGI, especially for Dragon Ball. It comes as no surprise that I am a huge Dragon Ball fan. Don't know what would make you think that. Akira Toriyama is back at the helm once again with this next release, which is amazing. We're getting something that is original once again, and it was so awesome to see the last film with Broly being made canon and Gogeta being made canon. These are huge talking points, and we even got to see them in the trailers closer to the time. This time round, the storyline, it's not ideal. We've got the Red Ribbon Army revived once again for the... I can't even remember how long it's been. Like, we've had the Red Ribbon Army since Dragon Ball. We had them back in Z. Hell, we even had them back in GT. But we don't talk about GT. And now they're back once again. This time with androids Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Makes you think. 2 and 1. 21. We'll talk about that one later as well. The hype around Dragon Ball Super Broly was out of this world. The trailers generated hype everywhere, the merchandise was selling more than ever, and it still to this day is one of the biggest selling anime movies of all time. Now that is something to boast about. And already we've got people who don't like the animation and people who are already a bit dubious on the idea of the Red Ribbon Army returning with yet again more androids. That's two things so far that people are already switched off by, and the film's not even out yet. So the combination of the CGI style and the combination of potentially a reused storyline, it's not adding up the hype for a lot of people, me included. We have had some recent discoveries and some recent things discovered across the fandom, which could mean that this film could be something really awesome, but we're not going to find out until we see it, and we're running out of time to build up more hype. One of the talking points for this movie that people are actually hyped about is the fact that Trunks and Goten have actually grown up. We shouldn't be getting excited about this. This should have already have happened. We should have seen some kind of character development and growth over Dragon Ball Super, but we never saw that at all, and that time slot's kind of short from where it starts and where it ends. We're running out of time on the timeline. We've also got Pan growing up a little bit, so it makes sense that they had to age Trunks and Goten finally, but anybody else? Who knows? Funimation sound like they are very, very confident in this release. And to be fair to them, they've never really had a loss with Dragon Ball. So it's an IP which has got some serious balls behind it, and what more can you say about that, really? This is something that a lot of people have also felt. Why should we feel excited about characters finally growing up when they should have already grown up? Or a movie that focuses on Piccolo and Gohan being the main protagonists of this story. Up until recently, the storyline was looking kind of vague, but so far with trailer 4, we've seen the Red Ribbon Army steal Pan away from Gohan, which has unlocked what could be some new latent potential, or just what Gohan should have had in the first place, getting back his ultimate ability. We also have seen Piccolo drawn in 2 separate ways, one with all the lines that you tend to see on the Namekian skin, and one with a smooth skin, which could potentially mean that Piccolo actually gets a power-up as well. Again, these are things that the fandom have wanted that we should have been given already. They're simply listening to what the fandom wants, but it's a little bit too late if you ask me. We should have had these things a long time ago. They've had plenty of opportunity to add it to the franchise, whether it be in the manga, or even in Dragon Ball Super when we had that. So one of the main issues with the plot is the fact that it's the Red Ribbon Army. Once again, they're back from out of nothing, even after being destroyed by Goku and gang countless times by now. But we've recently seen something which could add a little bit of hype. But then again, there's a setback and a drawback to this whole premise and idea. Within trailer 4, we see at the very end a big ball that contains something. The words danger is flashing up, and Dr. Hedo or Hido, depending on how they translate that, is screaming, "Oh crap!" He's worried about what the hell's in this pod. And people are speculating it could be Android 21, Gamma 2 and 1, or it could be the rebirth of Cell. Now, a lot of people have wanted Cell to come back, but this again feels like a reused storyline. We've had Revival F, and it was Frieza coming back. Did Frieza really need to come back twice? And I'm talking about the movie, and I'm talking about when they resurrect him once again to participate in the Tournament of Power. This is a storyline that we've already had twice. Why do we need the same again? I'm really hoping it is a new character, or some new iteration of a character. Maybe it is Cell, but it's new and enhanced, and it's completely different to the original in a sense that it's only got the mind or the basic cells of the original Cell. I don't know, but it's down to us to guess and wait and find out, but I'm sure we'll get drip-fed some more juicy information along the way. All in all, the fandom is going to go see this movie. Whether you think the animation, the story, or anything else isn't right, we're all still going to go and see this movie. The difference is, are you going to go back and see it again? Will you buy the merchandise? Will you be happy? Who knows? There are some things to look forward to and get excited about regarding this film. But until it comes out, everything's just speculation. Some people are not happy about these points, but then at the same time, people are happy about these points. And you can't have it all. But I think one of the main setbacks is the fact that it's taken them so long to get to this point. They were clearly wanting to shake things up and change things, even though the manga's still progressing and going through some incredible storylines and character development overall. This feels like we've kind of forgotten that all this is going to potentially exist one day, and a lot of it's just been skipped. I mean, one of the main talking points about this trailer was 3 frames of Broly fighting Goku on Beerus's planet. We're more hyped about something from the last movie than we are this one. What? I'm just hoping that when this movie comes out, we can all watch it, enjoy it, and it has some solid story work, it has some great action sequences, soundtrack that kicks ass, so let's face it, the last one was pretty damn good, and it has plenty of other things to ride off of it. New games. There's been Dragon Ball fans screaming for new games for a long time. People want Xenoverse 3 or some new iteration of Fighters or something like that, and we deserve it. Instead, so far we've been given something that looks like DBD with Dragon Ball characters, and to be honest, it's not good enough. The fandom is huge. The fandom has been more active than ever, and a lot of people have lost interest because they've taken so long to get to this point. So I really, really hope for the sake of the franchise, which I can't stress enough how much I adore. I have been a Dragon Ball fan since the 90s, and I will still continue supporting Dragon Ball. If I don't like a film, I don't like a film. If you love it, you might love it. We'll have to wait and see. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.